What's up, guys? Chat here from PowerCock. Got two recaps I'm going to do tonight. I've been mostly not doing recaps. I've been really busy with the CWL stuff. But luckily for you guys, we do have a new YouTuber has joined our clan, Aldo, and he's going to be taking over for me. So shout out to him. But he was away or busy over the holidays, so I'm doing the two recaps tonight. So we've got War Wheels and then Pigeonism as another recap. So hopping right into War Wheels, this was an awesome war. Obviously, huge shout out to War Wheels, great clan, always bring some beast attacks. And finally, though, we were able to take them. We did have a basically a 9.5 advantage. We had a Town Hall 10, and we put the Infernos out, so we basically had a one Town Hall 9.5 advantage. Breakdown was, I believe, 5, 10, and then Town Hall 9s for a 40v40, and then we had 5, 10, 1, 9.5, and then the rest were 9s. So nice big war, heavy war, and look at the destruction percentages on this. Both clans coming out really solid in the new meta. 95.93 for our side, which is pretty huge compared to what I've even been seeing from other clans in the new meta. A lot of clans still in the low 90s. Obviously, still very good, but it's kind of what we were seeing pre-meta change. So before the update dropped, and obviously everybody's doing better. There's more 10v10s. You're even seeing some 11v11s, which is awesome. Town Hall 9s is kind of a joke at this point. It's I think we're averaging like a 70% hit rate at Town Hall 9 post update, which I mean, in the elite scene, it's really not that competitive anymore. We'll go through and I'll do some shoutouts for the six packs, because that's kind of the challenge at this point is who can get a six pack, not who can get a triple. So definitely a change in the meta. There really should never be any more Town Hall 10 v9 dips. Those just shouldn't exist in the elite scene. But anyways, exciting war. This is kind of what it came down to. I think realistically what won as the war was their Town Hall 11 struggled on dips a bit more than ours, and their 10 struggled on hit ups on the Town Hall 11s a little bit more. So take a look at here for our defenses. Alec had 4 defenses and defended that second star, so that's huge. 3's not too bad to get the 2-star in Ferrum. 3 though, including a Town Hall 11 attack on our number 1, and then on our number 4 as well, they had to use a Town Hall 11. Good destruction there, 81%. So overall didn't do too bad. I mean, I've seen way worse, including our percentage, but having to use 2 Town Hall 11s to get the job done on 2 of the bases, and then struggling 0 for 4 and missing that second star on number 2 was pretty huge. Compared to their side, we were able to, so we used a Town Hall 11v11 attempt on number 3. That got us a second star there, and we struggled on their number 5. That was a tough base, and I ended up 11v11 attempting it last minute or close to the end of the war. But then 1 attempt for number 1, 2 attempts for number 3 and 4. So those were relatively simple. Usually, kind of you try it out, and then it either works. Actually, no, sorry, number 2 and number 4, because number 3 was the Town Hall 11. So that's that. Town Hall 10 trips. So we're going to look at basically these bases here. How many did they have? So you're looking at anything 5 and below. So a lot of successful dips. They dip tripled 6, 7, 8. Missed on, so they got 9. Missed on 10. They got a 10v10 on 11, which is awesome to see. I don't know who's running that account, if it's Lawfuls or Megan, but whoever it was, good job. Megan, who is Lawfuls, got the trip on Big Pete, number 12. Crazy Moving got a 10v10 trip on Real KNX, awesome to see. And then Slothfuls again on Megan Mo Money on number 15 Titan. So then there's another one. Gingy got the, I guess that's the triple on the 9.5 because we had the Infernos out. So, but they've got 4 10v10s there, which is awesome. I thought they had 5, but maybe it's only 4. I guess if you consider Sean the 9.5 a 10v10. So they had 4, let's say. And then on our side, we had we dipped the top 4 10s successfully. Crazy Moving got tripled by Drogon, so awesome work there. Agent got tripled by Big Pete, again 10v10. Gingy 95 got tripled by Krog, 10v10. Florian got 10v10 by Bird Dog, so awesome. So 4 in a row there. Number 12 took us 7 attempts, so that's pretty rough, but we finally got the job done. I dipped Alex. Endless with a 99%. This base, number 15, we had several high 90 attempts on it, so that was frustrating. And that was their bottom Town Hall 10. So, but I guess what would that be? 4 10v10s and then just a bunch of dip triples. So, cleared the. No, we were 1% away from clearing the 10s. So that was rough. Almost cleared them. But that's kind of where the destruction percentage comes from, right? Like 95.93 versus 94.9. Both clans almost cleared the 10s, and then had a couple 11v11 attempts on the 11s. So high destruction. So awesome job. Both clans did a great job. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show. What will I show here? I don't necessarily want to do any of the hits on the 11. Maybe I'll do. No, you know what? I'm not going to do any of those. We've got enough good content at the 10v10. I don't think I'll even show any of the 11v10. Is there any good attacks? I mean, I'm sure they were, but let's just go with 10v10. I'm not going to burn any bases on this one. I'm just going to do the 10v10s. That's kind of where the prime content's coming from these days, so we'll focus on those, and then a couple of the 9s maybe. Even though there's not much interest in the 9s at this point, so maybe I'll start doing 10v10 recaps. So here you're going to see Lalo. That's pretty much the popular strategy at this point. He does have to pop his queen early there and make sure she stays alive, and uses 2 rages to get that entry. So really heavy use on spells to get in there, but he gets good value. You got the CC, got the queen. She's going to venture her way over and get another air defense, and she might even get more. I'm not sure here. You can see the Lalo's coming in from the kind of, I guess, 2 o'clock. It's going to sweep in around to 6. Yeah, the queen is not going to get the next Inferno, but he's got a lot of loons left and not much air targeting defenses at this point. It's all ground, so it's just going to overpower that. Look at how many loons he's got. Balloon Parade. Probably over 10, maybe 12 or 15 loons left and a bunch of pups. So cleanup's not an issue there. Solid hit, man. And Drogon is almost never on 10v10 duty. Old meta used to be kind of our dip guy, so solid to see him pulling up. Big Pete's coming back from farming for like a month. He hasn't been actively warring for us for a while, and then kind of out of the blue, I guess the new meta got him interested again, so he came back, and first war back with us, gets a 10v10 trip. Times his breakers there nicely, gets good entry into those compartments. A little late on the poison. That loon stays up for quite a while. But he got his objectives there. He got, what, 2 air defense. Didn't get any Infernos, but he did get the CC and the Queen. So 2 of the 6 objectives, I guess I would say. No, technically more. He got the Queen, 2 air defenses, and the CC. So he got 4 objectives. Tesla farm around the Inferno could cause issues, but luckily he's got a Hound up there, which hopefully the Teslas are going to be locked onto. And he sneaks out there and takes out that the last one. Now look at these, 1 balloon left, and he takes it out. So that could have been problems. Luckily he's got a good spread of the pups around, so they're just going to work around and clean up. We'll wind this down so you can see which composition was used. Nice work, man. Not a too heavy of base, 87, but still, it's good to see the trips. Crod, one of our best guys, doing really good work here. Again, going to see a lot of the same comp. In this base, though, the air defenses are pretty spread out. So this is a pretty typical base you'll see. Usually their core will have a bit bigger spread between the Infernos, which is typically to prevent like a bitch attack at 11v10. So this one, he's got the Inferno, he's got an air defense, he's got the CC and the Queen. So a good, you're kind of trading off. You didn't get 2 air defenses, but you did get the Inferno down, which is pretty huge for loon defense. Good freeze there. He's got the heal there to heal up those balloons so they can tackle through the Wiz Towers while that Inferno was under freeze. So that's solid. Got a haste left. I probably would have used it sooner, but he uses it over the proper spots, so those loons just kind of speed across those defenses. And again, you're looking at 15 or more loons left up there, so they're going to be slow for cleanup. Definitely a little bit of a concern on time because they're all grouped together, right? But you can't really hold them back for the most part. It gets risky. Solid work, man. Quad Lalo. No bowlers in that comp. It was just a straight up Lalu. And Bert Dog. Again, not a guy that typically does a lot of 10v10 for us. But take a look at this composition. It's a Pavy Drag Valk attack. So don't typically see these. So solid work, man, on kind of figuring out what will work. Don't go with the typical Lalo. This is a bit of a TWC style base. You see the air defense are grouped up and the Wiz Towers are kind of grouped up. So usually what we'd see with this kind of base is you'd hog it probably. Not typically great to go with air because they're usually pretty well defending air. Gonna lose a healer there, but he still has enough. And here come the Valks, and he's got a P.E.K.K.A in there too. Very interesting. They're just gonna shred through that Inferno. They're gonna shred through all those goblins. Trouble in that core. There's a lot of bombs there. Luckily, a couple of them pass through properly, I guess. And the baby drags coming in the backside there. So very interesting plan. They've got 1 baby drag left in the bag. Smart is going to go and take out that archer tower on the far side. And there's not a ton of left here, right? Look at these 2 baby drags, and they're not ranged because they're too close together. There they go up. He loses 1, so he's got 1 baby drag left. Bit of queen health, and it's enough to take it down. So solid work, man. Great to see a non-Lalo 10v10 triple. All right. Do I want to show any of the dips? I think Nexus and I have the same kind of comp. Let's see Alec. He usually does something. Yeah, so he's got a Lalo here. We'll show 1 Lalo and 1 bitch attack. An interesting thing, we didn't see it in this war, but in our war that we just finished up with Pigeonism, they really used 11v10 with Clone Spell. They used that against us really well. They were 3 for 3, I think, with it. So really interesting to see Clone Spell starting to be used. Again, a bit risky, but I mean, the way that they were using it, it was solid. So nice work, man. And we'll show Nexus is new. Show 1 for Nexus, 1 for KNX. So bitch, pretty heavy on the witches at this point. They did get that buff. But he sees that entry, 3 jump, make sure that they keep working through. It's a little bit risky though. You see that Wiz Towers that were on the side, like they can really do damage to those flanking troops. But he was able to get get enough troops and get the right troops through the core to distract them. And that's a pretty dominant attack. And lastly, we'll give 1 for KNX. So again, this is a Lalo, but a bit heavier on the bowlers. Get that initial entry. So he's going to get an Inferno, an Air D. No, he got 2 air defenses, I think. And then they're basically just going to smash over the rest of the base. Try to slow it down a bit. That's pretty fast for a Lalo. Does get into a bit of trouble with that Wiz Tower, but he's got enough. And he does have his queen with a special there, so kept them alive. He's got that haste spell to get troops across once they finish up with that king. And solid hit, man. Nice. Okay, we'll give it a shout out. Don't really necessarily want to do the attacks. Might do a couple. We'll give a couple of recaps to the 6-pack guys. So yeah, we'll give one to Sep, Rom, Meng. Meng's been solid. Rom's been solid. Sep's been solid. Merlin. A lot of the Lalo guys are really liking this update. Nicholas, Aldo. So we got a couple in there. That would be 6. Let's see if we can find those. I don't know if I'll remember them all. Sep had one. We'll give him a recap. Go at 4 times blast. So he's using Valks with healers. So kind of typical. Saw this a little bit in the pre-update meta. Basically make your 2-sided funnel, have your queen walk, meet up with your Valks and kind of have her charge in. And you got some backside hogs for that. So really dominant attack. Nice work, man. First war with us. Welcome to the family. Meng had one. Lalo, nice work. So he's setting up a nice funnel there. Gets his heroes charged in. They're going to get the queen, the CC, an air D, and hopefully more. Just nice, really nice entry. And tons at the left at the end. Probably could have saved a couple loons for cleanup, because if you take a look at what's in the core, and that they had 2 hounds not pop, I think. So pretty risky. You got it lucky with the split there. You run into time issues if you don't get your cleanup troops. Nice hit, man. Overpowered. Aldo had a 6-pack. So he doesn't set that left side funnel, so the king is going to keep on walking around, beat on the wall, get taken out. Has very little value there. So not sure if that was the plan. But he did take care of the queen. He took care of CC. He's got his queen charging in. She's still got her ability. Nice hit, man. Again, though, overpowered. You got a hound still up. Don't always want that. You sometimes need those cleanup troops. Who else we got? Rom had one. Interesting base design here. It's going to go that double ring protecting the X-bow. And you're going to do the entry at the opposite side of the queen. So he's going to do a massive push through this base. Very typical of Rom. Love these hits. Little Archer took care of that air defense on her own, which is good because that's one of the objectives of this attack. You've got these baby drags at the end that you need all the air defenses to take care of. He hasn't even entered in his main phase of the attack yet. So he's going to start sprinkling them in, being careful. You can't use them too early because that air defense is still going to do a ton of damage. And here come 5 baby drags all at the end. He must have ran out of time or something. Otherwise, he would have swagged a few of those. Nice hit, man. Basically, your bowlers and your queen charge got most of that destruction. The baby drags were just for cleanup. Who else were we missing? Merlin. There was one more, I think. Apologies if I miss you. So he zapped the 1. And it's going to be pretty much a quad or maybe even penta. Not sure what he's got here. Here comes the big hound. Tons of loons. Tons of loons left at the end. He's swagging 5 here. They're going to drop in for cleanup or maybe to swag them because smacked that base around. Here they come. Solid hit, man. You've always loved air. Did we get all of the 6-pack guys? I think we got all of them. Hopefully. Again, if I missed you, hopefully I got you called out in the past. Didn't get all the replays. So, anyways, guys, that's all for this recap. Shout out to Max KNX. He's going to be representing us for CWL Town Hall 11 Red, the Holiday Wars for CWL. Who else we got? DLT is heading over to CWL Town Hall 9 Red. Lord Beast, he's going to be on the Town Hall 9 Blue. And then we lost a couple guys that are probably hanging out in our sister clans. So that's all for this recap, guys. Thank you to War Whales for the incredible war. Record between our clans is now 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie. So maybe, who knows, we'll meet up in the CWL playoffs and we can settle that score. So, till next time, guys. Thanks.